You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZW LP Conroe and 106.1 KZCCLP Conroe and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Monday after Super Bowl Sunday and, of course, Groundhog Day. So we are here. I'm Margie Taylor, your host for Conroe Culture News out of Lone Star Community Radio, downtown Conroe, FM 104.5, 106.1. You can live stream it on irlonestar.com. Listen to it later. Listen to it now. YouTube will be ready and posted on Conroe Culture News probably by tomorrow. So the guests today are Dispute Resolution Center of Montgomery County Incorporated with Savannah Martin. She's going to tell us all about their upcoming mediation training that you can, it's always good to take, whether you're an attorney, whether you want to mediate, but just to enhance your communication skills. So she will tell us all about those trainings. Then we're going to have up second Vince Santini. He's a candidate-elect for the 457th District Court, and he's going to talk about his campaign, why he's running, and what the heck is a district court judge. So he's going to explain that to us fully. And then finishing up the hour is Don Hampton. He's the director for the Rising Stars and Legends of Texas this year, which takes place in March. 10 days of fabulous music, performing arts, a lot of free events. There's like 30 different events going on, but the highlight of that he's going to tell us is Marcia Ball. So she is the best of the Texas musicians of 2018. So a few updates that I just want to remind you of. This Saturday is the Project Hope Black History Parade, and that starts at the 100 block of I-45 and ends at Booker T. Washington Junior High, and they will have a big ceremony at noon. So that is all free, and it goes through downtown Conroe. Bean Punk Coffee is having their full moon drum circle from 6 to 8 p.m. That sounds very interesting and actually kind of fun. So that will be at Bean Punk Coffee, which is directly on the east side of Main across from the courthouse for 6 to 8 Saturday. So those two things. And then do not forget the 55th annual Go Texan Parade. And that's going to be in downtown Conroe on Saturday, February 22nd. The deadline to submit your entry is Friday, February 14th. Valentine's Day. Don't forget Valentine's Day. Don't forget that. Or to enter to be part of the Go Texan Parade. So that goes also through downtown Conroe. You can go to the Lake Conroe Chamber of Commerce at conroe.org or go visit them in person off of Highway 105 across the street from Walgreens at the corner of Fraser and 105. So with that, we're going to welcome Savannah Martin to the show. She's been on here several times, and she started out as an intern, right?
I did. Yes, it's very exciting to be back. Thank you for having me. I did. I started out as an intern in 2018 through the ExxonMobil Community Summer Jobs Program, actually.
And decided to land here in downtown Conroe at the Dispute Resolution Center.
Yes, I am from here originally, so it was really a blessing to be able to come back here after college.
Well, it's nice. And I know that you are doing a great job with them. You are basically the face out there in the community lately, going to a lot of different things, whether it's in Magnolia, Conroe, the Woodlands, wherever. Yeah. So you are going to tell us about their upcoming mediation trainings for 2020, right?
Yes, we are super excited. We are announcing all of the days for training today. It's going out on all of our social media and everything like that. And basically, I'm going to give like a good overview, but if you really want detailed information, you can go either on our website and also on our social media. We'll be doing a few different things to kind of make sure that everyone has all the information that there is about the trainings. So the first one that we have is going to be the family training. So this family mediation training is going to happen on March 25th through 27th, and that's going to be held at our office in downtown Conroe. And this training is basically so if you've already gone through the general mediation training, that's one of the requirements, is that you've gone through the 40-hour general mediation training and you have 4 hours of domestic violence training, then you can go ahead and take the family mediation training. So this training is going to help you be able to mediate and deal with cases that are more dealing with custody, divorce, and cases along those lines. And it's a very interesting training, I have to say, that we structure it much differently than we do our general mediation training. For the family, we have presenters that are experts or specialists in their field, and they come and they teach about that specific topic. So we really have it to where you're learning from the best about situations and how to handle those things. Yeah.
So the general 40-hour mediation training is the prerequisite for any other advanced training,
Yes.
whether it's the one that's the CPS, Child Protective Services mediation training, or the, what was the other one called?
Family mediation
Family
training.
mediation training. And I had that was actually going to be done at the Strong firm.
Yes.
Over at Hughes Landing. Is that correct? So that one is there, and then all the rest are going to be here in downtown on Thompson Street.
Correct. Yes.
And that is actually across the street from the entrance to the courthouse on Thompson. So
Yes.
it's very convenient.
It is. It is pretty darn convenient.
And your website to do that is resolution.
-center.org.
It's really easy to Google, too. Dispute Resolution of Montgomery County, and you can find it on Facebook. And Savannah, you've been doing a really great job of promoting things on their Facebook page as
Thank
well.
you.
You know, it engages different people, and you have some mediators that have been there for a period of time.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
And that is just remarkable because it makes a big difference because all of your mediators are volunteers.
Correct. Yes. So we are a nonprofit organization. We're 501c3, and all of our mediations are done by volunteers. And most of them have gone through our training. Some of them come from different areas that have the training. But a lot of them, they get the training and they get to come, and it's a safe environment because when anyone starts out mediating, we have them observe mediations first, and then they move into co-mediating, and then they have to do a certain number of those with feedback before they're allowed to do a solo mediation.
So you're not just thrown out to go mediate. You actually
No.
get a lot of
Yes.
feet on the ground experience.
Yes. Yeah. And that's one of the really nice things about our trainings is at each of them, you're going to have experienced mediators come in, and you do role plays throughout the training. So you take what you're learning and you try and put it into a situation where one person is chosen, they have to control that situation. And when you have a mediator, we send our volunteers there, and they get to give them feedback and say, this is an experience that I've had in the past, and this is how I handled it. Because getting actual hands-on experience is just going to look a little bit different
very
than
valuable.
talking about it. Yes, it's
No,
incredibly.
absolutely.
It has.
It's kind of
a lot
like going
value.
to school and working, right?
Yeah.
Being educated is different than reality sometimes. So you've taken these mediation classes too, haven't you?
I've taken the general mediation training. Yes, I have.
Did you learn a lot when you went to that?
I did. I have to say that I wasn't actually able to go to the one here. I went to one somewhere else. I took it through school. And even though I'm not currently mediating at the DRC, that's not the role that I work in, I still have found it incredibly helpful throughout my professional career and also my personal life. And you learn things about how you handle conflict personally. And so really for anyone who wants to add something to their resume and help the way that they communicate, because communication is talking about this.
It's everything.
It's everything. It's in every single business area. If you cannot communicate, like however brilliant you are, if you cannot communicate that to people, then it's not going to go anywhere. And that's one of our goals is to help people learn how to communicate, learn how to handle conflict, because conflict is part of our daily lives at this point. You're always going to have it.
And how you handle it makes a difference.
Most definitely. It makes a difference in how others see you and probably how you see yourself.
Whether it escalates or not is all how you handle it, the objections and things like that.
Yes.
So y'all are offering continuing legal education, continuing education units. When someone asks for it, they can find out about that. Because I know attorneys have to have so many a year, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And this is also something other counselors and that have to have continuing education credits as well. So Amber Gong is the one they could ask about that if they had questions, correct?
Yeah, so I do know actually for the general mediation training, that is 36.75 hours of CLE credit, and with over 3 hours of ethics credit. And Those credits work for the family mediation training. It's a 24-hour training, and the credit works for attorneys for MCLE, and then we have a CEU for social workers, counselors, and teachers, etc.
It's just a great program.
Yes, most definitely.
So you also have someone who's been there and won an award, Charles C. Bell. Tell me about what Charles C. got.
So Charles E. received the NAFCM, and you're going to test my memory here.
Good for you.
National Association for Community Mediators, or Community Mediations.
That was a national award, right?
Yes, it was actually United States and Canada. And she was given the award for the last quarter of 2019. She was the volunteer of that quarter. And she also received an award for JAMS and received basically a stack of books on mediation and how to start kind of a mediation center in your community if they don't have one.
And that's amazing. I mean,
Yes,
United States and
absolutely.
Canada, she was the one person out of downtown Conroe here who won that award. So hats off to the DRC of Montgomery County for getting that. And another thing I wanted to mention is the bookmarks
Yes.
that are sitting there.
I will pass you
There's
some over.
the bookmark art contest happens on the one day in October, where you announce the award winning, and these are school age kids that are kindergarten
Through eighth grade.
Through eighth grade, and some of these are amazing. This one here kind of reminds me, for some reason, of The Wizard of Oz. If only
Red
the
brick,
path
yellow
was,
brick.
yellow brick. And this was an eighth grader.
Correct.
I mean, it's just really amazing. But the reason they do this is to talk about conflict resolution and playing well together,
Exactly.
basically. And us adults can really learn a lot from these as well. A friend can be a friend no matter who they are. And you've got bunnies and, I don't know what it is, a fox and a bird, all playing well together. And this was done by a fifth grader. So some of these kids it's not just about their artistic ability, but their insight as to how to get along with others. You go back to saying everything you learned it back in kindergarten in the sandbox. Well, it's true. Maybe we all need to go back to the sandbox. But this one is done by a kindergartner. Be nice. Just be nice.
Pretty simple.
I'm just going to wear that, like right here.
Just, yeah.
Everybody be nice to each other. This one is quite intricate. Accept different cultures the way we accept cuisines. By an eighth grader, Armin Rabani from McCullough Junior High. Amazing. This could be used actually on a menu or something. It's very intricate. So these are available at the libraries, correct? I think. Where are they available? Where can somebody get them?
They can call us.
They can call you and get a whole bunch, because you have bunches. But I thought they were also available at the library as well, and probably at the schools.
Yes, for the the winning. Whenever the children, like if their school's bookmark was printed, we sent them copies of that bookmark and a few of the other bookmarks as well. So,
but
most of the
reading
schools
is
have them.
great, no matter what age you are. And I always learned that you don't want to bend the pages because it hurts the book. So you need a bookmark.
Most definitely.
You need to get some of these. I will have some, and I'm sure that Savannah always has some. So whenever you see us, just ask for some of these.
Yes.
Or you can connect with the Dispute Resolution Center. Send them a message on Facebook or call them up. They're available at 936-760-6914. There you go. And get along with each other. I mean, the conflict resolution, everybody, like you said, is going to have a conflict, but do you really want to take it to court and take it to the judge? I mean, we're going to hear about a judge here, candidate, in a minute, but it's just, if you can handle things peaceably, it's so much better, costs less money than going to court.
Yeah.
And I know y'all have mediated a lot of cases at a lower amount of fees, and it's a sliding scale.
We went off the sliding scale, and currently it's $25 for JP cases, $125 for general and family
Very
cases.
affordable.
Very
affordable.
Yeah.
So you just need to go on their website and find out more about that, resolution-center.org, and find out not only about the training classes, and they have a tab on there where you can find out about the training classes or upcoming events, but also about how to mediate cases if you have something going on with your neighbors or dogs or whatever. Give me a case, Savannah.
Basically, we can mediate anything, and it
Any
doesn't
small court claims.
As you said, it doesn't have to be already in court. However, we do a lot of cases that currently are in the court system, and our role in that is we help kind of speed things along and kind of allow things to get done much faster, if that makes sense. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
So learn to communicate and stay out of court, work with the Dispute Resolution Center, and pick up some bookmarks. You know, these kids, this is a great thing to do for kids to be involved in this. I mean, these were first place winners. This is amazing. You should see the courthouse when we have this big event.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
It is. It is. So, well, thank you, Savannah. I appreciate it. And we're going to take a quick break. And this is sponsored by Roger Stein Chiropractic.
Since 2004, Roger Stein Chiropractic has offered spine and joint manipulation services to residents of Montgomery County and surrounding areas. Conditions treated include lower back pain, migraines, headaches, whiplash, carpal tunnel, neck pain, sciatica, joint pain, sports injuries, herniated discs, and complications from pregnancy. Roger Stein Chiropractic, led by Dr. Stacy Rogers and Dr. Brian McGee, is an integrity-verified chiropractic clinic. Call 936-441-9990 for an appointment or visit rogerssteinchiropractic.com. That's RODGERSSTEIN chiropractic.com.
What is homelessness? Have you seen parents struggle to find a job without having transportation or childcare? What about the children sleeping in cars with nothing to eat? Families shouldn't have to struggle to survive, and children should not be homeless. Family Promise of Montgomery County serves the needs of homeless families and their children. Learn about ways you can help and learn about partnership opportunities at www.familypromiseofmc.org or call our day center at 936-441-8778.
Okay, and we are ready for our second segment today. I am sitting across from Vince Santini. He is a candidate for the 457th District Court in Montgomery County, and we're going to find out about what the District Court is, why he's running, and most importantly, when you need to vote. Right? Those are important things. If we don't vote, it doesn't even matter. Right? So, first of all, today is the very last day to register to vote.
That's correct. So we're 30 days out from the primary. It's the Republican primary, March 3rd. So it's February 3rd today. My birthday was Saturday. So that was also easy to remember this. So 1 month out of the primary is the last day to register to vote, and they will post-date it. So.
And where can they register to vote?
MontgomeryVotes.org, I think. You
can go online?
Exactly. You can go online, you fill out a form, and you can mail it in to the correct...
Today.
Exactly. Today. You want to vote for Vince? Get out there and register today.
Or anything else for that matter. But, yeah. Okay. So, 457th District Court. So, are you an attorney?
I am.
Is that important? You have to be an attorney.
You have to be an attorney to, for not every court, but for a district court you do. So the Constitution, the Texas Constitution sets up the requirements, as well as the government code, chapter 24 or something. To be a district court judge, you have to be a resident of Montgomery County for 2 years, be a practicing lawyer for 4 years, and age 24 to 75.
So are you right in that?
I'm right in that.
Okay. You're not 24 and you're not 75. So you're smack in the middle. And you are a practicing attorney at the Voss Law Firm?
That's correct.
So how do they feel about you going out and being a candidate?
My boss is real supportive. Now I know that I'll probably have to recuse myself if I'm elected. When I'm elected, if my old colleagues are in front of me, but they're very supportive. They've seen my work ethic. They've seen me litigate cases and help clients all over Texas.
So you are still litigating? You are still practicing while you're in this whole election campaign?
That's right. We need a judge. This is not a retirement job. We need someone to get in there and work. So I'm working full time as a civil litigator. I'm admitted to practice civil law in every single federal district court in Texas, as well as every single state court in Texas. And I have clients all over the place, including Montgomery County. I'm also campaigning full time. I do a lot of charitable work.
What kind of charitable work?
So I'm on the executive board for Children's Safe Harbor, and that's our children's advocacy center here. So for children who are physically and sexually abused, it provides them counseling services, forensic interviewing, medical services, family advocates to help the family. It's just a place for healing and counseling that is very cutting edge and very just a beautiful place. It shines light in a very, very dark time for people.
Right, and I'm very familiar with them.
Yes, ma'am. And I'm very active in my church, St. Matthias Catholic Church. And my wife and I, it's funny because we're like yes people, right? Ask us to do something, yes, we're going to do it. And I'm a lector there. I teach CCE classes. I teach marriage classes. September 1st, the law changed where we can now arm parishioners in church, which is kind of a weird thing that we have to do now, but we should be able to worship peacefully. And so I helped write protocols for the first of its kind security ministry in the Catholic Church to prevent active shooters, which is very important. But we were just asked to sponsor engaged couples through the church. My wife's like, Vince, our life is in shambles. You're campaigning. She works full time. We have 2 kids. Things are crazy. How are we supposed to sponsor someone? I go, Mary, this is the perfect time to do it because we need to let them know it's not all puppies and rainbows and walks on the beach.
Life isn't easy.
Life ain't easy.
That's why we have the Dispute Resolution Center, too,
Boom.
right?
Plug.
There you go. It's true. Mediate first before you take it to the courts. Doesn't that make sense?
Well, that does make sense. And when I'm judge, I'm going to make mediation mandatory in cases because I think self-help is real important, and most cases can be resolved when the parties get together because they know the risks of their cases more than anyone else does. Get them together, get a nice location where they can talk things out and work it on out. I'm fully support that.
Well, then you don't have as many cases to try and hear as well, right? And then you only take the really most important ones that really need to go to court.
Exactly, and that's why this court was created, Margie, for one reason. It's docket management. Surprise, Montgomery County, we're growing, and it's crazy. And so, look, the doc, we have got great judges here in Montgomery County, but the dockets are growing with our
Why
population.
Is that? Why?
Our population's growing.
Everybody wants to do the wrong thing?
Well, I just think there's disputes. I mean,
yeah.
This court...
Not everybody gets along.
Not every... Shocker.
I know, right?
And so we just need help. The cases are huge. I mean, and Judge Bays has done a great job. She's reduced her docket size in 8 months by 25%. So I'm going to do a
no
very
shocker
similar,
there.
Right, exactly. Work hard, do the right thing. Get in there, have a plan, have a docket control order, and show up. And
so is this
cases.
all civil cases?
This is created for civil cases, and what that is, it's disputes, grievances between people that aren't criminal or family, car wreck cases, insurance cases, property disputes, medical cases, liability
all the things
cases.
that the DRC could see first.
Sure, exactly.
Yes. Okay.
And so those are the types of cases, but there are very important criminal aspects of a district court. That actually affect our community. So district court judges, whether you're family, civil, or criminal, you preside over 2 grand juries, you set bonds, and we've seen some of the debacles in Harris County where, like the Tavares Henderson case, he killed Sergeant Sullivan over there in Nassau Bay when he's on multiple felony bonds. Okay, so this district court judge will be setting bonds as well as reviewing search warrants and things when police officers are going to murder scenes and whatnot, and they needed someone right now on call 24/7, and that's part of the responsibilities of this court as well. And so docket management is huge, and I'm the only candidate here that was in charge of not one but 2 district courts in our county. I was a district court chief for the 435th District Court and the 359th District Court, where it was my job to move the dockets, and month after month I disposed of more cases than came in. And these are like 1,200 cases at a time each year. So big cases, moving them, working hard.
So why do you want to do this?
It's a crazy question, but a good question. And the short answer is I view this as service. I love serving our community. It's so important. Like I said, this is not a retirement job. I want to get in there, roll up my sleeves, and work hard and serve our community. I was asked to run for this bench. I was asked to run by people that have seen me work hard and protect people's rights in Montgomery County. As a prosecutor here for almost a decade, you take an extra oath, okay? I took an oath to see that justice is done, so I'm making tough decisions that aren't just for the victims and their families, but for the defendant and the community as a whole. Versus civil law, or your lawful oath to be a lawyer, you're representing your clients and their individual interests. So to have that kind of broad decision-making ability...
It's a different level.
It's a different level. It's very important. And so I look at this as a vocation. It's a calling to serve. Montgomery County needs help.
You're excited about it.
Very excited and very passionate. Very passionate about serving.
So how many people are you running against?
There are 4 other candidates in the Republican ticket, and there's actually a Democrat in this race, Mark
I know
Meyer.
Mark.
Yep. And so it's full. It's an open bench, so there's no incumbent, and I expected this.
And there's different skill sets, of course.
There are
Wide
different
range.
skill sets. Exactly.
How many practicing attorneys are there?
Practicing one.
That's your candidates, yeah.
I think 5 out of the 6 are practicing attorneys. I think one, they're licensed, but I think they suspended their practice to campaign. But everyone else, I think, is still working and campaigning.
And they're with a law firm, and they
Yes.
handle cases,
Correct.
and they go to trial or not, whatever.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
So, what is the best way to connect with you? Can people call you individually, or email you, or text you, or what do you prefer?
Sure. I mean, you can do all those. My cell phone's 281-714-0462. I have a website, www.electvincesantini.com. My email is electvincesantini@gmail.com. And so you can email. Oh, also Facebook is good. I'm really good with that. That's www.facebook.com/electvincesantini.
Do you handle all this yourself, or does
do.
this go to another ghost person?
This is me. This is my first
It's
time
all
running
you.
for something.
The
No.
Facebook you answer, the phone you answer, the website you answer, the emails you answer.
That's correct. It goes to I love these smartphones. They're a gift and a curse. But look,
I get it.
Right? My wife has been. Look, I'm not saying I don't have help. There's a lot of great volunteers
Sure.
supporting me. But it's like you said.
This is a whole county whole county race. So you're throughout the county, east, north, west, south.
Yes.
You're all over. You
Yes.
have events you go to. Sometimes multiple events in one day.
That's
correct?
Right. That is correct. We're all over.
How
the
do you
county.
keep your calendar where you know where you're going? And you said you're still working as
right.
well with
That's
clients. So how do you handle that?
You get up early, and sometimes there's things like chamber meetings in the morning, other events in the morning. And then you go to work and you knock out what your paralegal has set up for you, what you've scheduled, calls or depositions or whatever I'm working on for that day. And then during a lunch hour, there's normally radio or luncheon, multiple luncheons. Then you go back to work, and then there's evening events,
Right.
forums and whatnot. So you get up early and you work late.
What do you think is the most important thing for you for getting the message out?
I think the biggest message is you need a servant's heart. You need someone with the right experience. Like you said, there's multiple people with different experiences in this area.
Different skill sets,
But
yeah.
you need to have it match what the court does. This is a trial court. I'm a trial attorney. I was the #1 trial attorney at the #1 trial school in the nation. I've tried the most important cases that affect Montgomery County, including capital murder. I was child prosecutor of the year here, so I know how to try. I'm an expert in civil rules, Texas rules of evidence, and trial procedure. That's what you need. And then temperament is also important. There's the Texas Code of Judicial Conduct. So how you handle yourself in court is important, but also they say extrajudicial activities matter. You can't do things outside of court, be an activist or whatnot that could affect people's perceptions of you to be fair and impartial on the bench. So it's service, experience, the right experience, and temperament. And I've spent my career in the limelight, and I've served Montgomery County very well. You can go on my press section of my website and see some of the important cases I've done.
So what are you most passionate about? What area of law here really drives you?
Well, I just think I like trying difficult cases, gray area cases. Right?
Give me an example.
So for an example is, my passion was kid cases, right? And what's great, Will Metcalf and some of the Texas congressmen for civil cases. So this affects criminal and civil. They extended the statute of limitations to sue pedophiles and people that harm children. They extended it to 30 years now because we know these cases are delayed outcry cases. There's a whole lot to go on, and I'm happy to come on the show and talk about that. But you have a child it's about access, right? It's not about stranger danger. That's few and far between. It happens, but it's someone who has access to the child, who the child trusts. So
and they're abusing that trust.
They're abusing the trust.
Right.
They're abusing the child. The child takes on, how's this going to affect my mom, my dad? They love this person. I love this person.
They don't want to outcry.
They don't want to outcry. So what happens in this delay, we lose physical evidence. We lose DNA. Injuries heal. Then your years go by and you're left with someone who's been dealing with this in whatever way they've been dealing with it, whether it be drugs, sexually acting out, and you have someone that has a tough credibility issues, and they're the only eyewitness to the case. That is a hard case to bring, and that's what I loved bringing. The more difficult with the more impact, helping a live victim is very important. Very important. That healing is crucial.
That's great.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that really shows your personality. So the best way for people to connect with you is just straight out talking to you in one of these events you're at when you're out in the community, because I know you're out covering a lot of different things. Do you have anything like a Facebook page or anything set up where they know you will be somewhere?
Sure. Normally you can see events like Vince Santini will be at this event at this time. We try and keep a calendar on my website as well of upcoming events. But I know that February 6th in the evening at the Lone Star Community Center in Montgomery, there's a forum held by Lake Conroe area Republican women. That's coming up.
Yep.
So if you want to see the candidates.
Is that Thursday, I think?
That's Thursday evening at I think around 6 o'clock. That's important. Next week there's like 3 or 4
I think there's
forums.
one Liberty Bells this week too.
There is one Liberty Bells. There's a fundraiser on the 5th. So I'll be there.
Wednesday.
That's Wednesday. Wednesday.
I'm trying to
evening.
remember my calendar.
Wednesday during lunch. It's the North Shore Republican Women.
It's just busy.
That's
why I'm wondering, how do you handle a professional schedule, as well as, going out and meeting people and all these other things?
One
Isn't
day
that
at a
difficult?
time. One day at a time. You do it.
Do you split with your wife sometimes, or is it all you?
It's me. I don't.
I mean, I know she doesn't do your clients and anything like that.
Correct. I see what you're saying. You're saying, can you go to one event and your wife go to another
Correct.
event? Well,
Yes.
we have 2 young boys, a 7 and a 4-year-old at home. And and Mary works full time, and she's a full time mom. And she helps me. She's in the financial business, so she's been helping me with my campaign finance reports.
Well, that's important too.
There's another alert. This is the deadline. We're 30
all
days
about
out,
ethics
so you have
too.
right.
Yes.
We have campaign finance reports due today, so candidates get that done. But
PSA.
We will go to things together.
Yeah. Yep.
She has actually helped block walk without me. So
You walked the entire county?
I haven't done that as much as I would like to have. So
You don't have little mini-me's?
No, I wish I could clone myself, right? But no, we're doing what we can in the time that we have. It's
because I know that a lot of times when you go to these, let's say, Republican women things or other chamber things or whatever, you see the same people. So how do you reach those other people if you don't block walk?
So you go to Bible studies, you go to chamber meetings, you go to different functions that are, you have to stay abreast of what's happening in your community.
Because you need to reach everybody,
Exactly.
not the same people over
Right.
and over again, because they've heard your message.
They've heard my message and they're either on board
They're
or
on or they're not.
right,
They've
they're
already
not or
made
they're
up
not.
their mind, and not necessarily by hearing you talk, one place is going to define it.
That's right.
Not
So
necessarily.
You just get
you know.
out there and I have a lot of family in Montgomery County. My mom and dad live in Bentwater. My brother Nick, his wife and 6 kids live in Walden. My
Oh.
brother Joe, his wife and 2 kids live in Walden. My sister, her 7 kids live in Walden. We live in
Everybody
Jacobs
has big
Reserve.
families.
You're right. We live in Jacobs. My brother Mario's got a condo on Lake Conroe, and we're all here. And I have
Mm-hmm.
23 nieces and nephews, so it's just getting connected with people and friends, and it ripples
So
like that.
use your relationships to hit the community,
That's right.
the larger community of Montgomery County. That's what you do. So let's see. I think we've talked about everything. Oh, early voting starts.
February 18th, it's Tuesday, so 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Yep.
And then it lasts 10 days, so through the 28th. And there are 8 locations. You can go to that same website. I think it's Montgomery County Votes. And
Or mctx.org and find it too.
go vote.
Yep. And then election day is March 3rd.
That's
so will you be canvassing all different 90 polling places?
Yes, and I need some more volunteers. So all 9, there's like 100 voting precincts, but you can only extend yourself during voting day. So I think we go with the top 25, highest turnout, and we kind of go from there. But if I get 100 volunteers that want to work on March 3rd, we'll get every single one. So contact me, please.
Okay. Anything else you want to add?
No, just I'm excited to serve our community. I got a track record here. I've worked in practice law in 16 out of the 17 elected courts in Montgomery County. I got a good reputation for helping people, working civilly with opposing counsels. I say what I mean, and I've never hid evidence. I've always done what I was supposed to. I did bring you a shirt.
Let's see what it looks like.
It's a Santini for Judge shirt
Oh,
with
nice.
a vote for Vince.
That looks the
pin.
same as your website, as a matter of fact. Yep.
And vote for Vince on
Vote
the
for
back.
Vince. Very nice.
And,
Okay.
March. So what I like to tell people is I'm position 3. So 3-3 vote 3. That's what I like to tell people.
Very nice. So I assume then on early voting, you'll be out there hitting it hard.
I will. You'll
Two.
see me. I'm going to say I'm on the ballot. I'll be wearing my shirts and my pins with my signs. And you
It could
probably
be
see me.
raining. It could be hot. It could be cold.
That's
You
it.
just don't know what you get in February. That's just
right.
the way it rolls.
Yesterday was 75 degrees and sunny. Today it's going to rain, and then there's a cold
Wednesday
front that
and
comes
Thursday,
in.
the front's coming in
50s,
again.
and then it gets warm again.
Yeah,
so that's
so
what
it drops
we're at.
30 degrees. So that's Texas.
That's it.
And
We
you know,
love it.
because you've been out here, you live out here.
Oh yes.
So we look forward to seeing you. And what other races do you think are the hot race to
Well,
watch for?
Other contested races. I mean, we have the Chief Justice of the 9th Court of
Appeals.
Appeals, which is about 10 counties, including Montgomery County, all the
It's
way
huge.
to I think Orange and Jefferson.
Yeah, wouldn't you
County.
like to do 10 counties versus one?
Well, I think Montgomery County carries the weight there. But my wife's family is from Jefferson County. And so it's funny because her grandma's one of 16 kids, the Consciens. And so going to one of those family reunions, it's like, there's your voter base right there. But I think Montgomery County carries the weight there. And so that's got about 5 people in that race.
Right.
That's one.
So that's a
I
big
think
one.
The Precinct 2 Constables race that has about 4 or 5 people in there. What else? There's another. Oh, there's obviously the Montgomery County Republican chairman race between.
Oh, yeah.
Boucher
Two
and
candidates,
Christ,
right?
Two candidates there, and I'm sure that there are a couple other that I can't think of right now. But those are the ones when the
Most
primary
visible.
that have
Yeah.
multiple candidates in them.
Right.
So these are the people
Okay.
that we're seeing most of the time.
So again, your website is electvincesantini.com. You're pretty easy to Google and find information. You also have your Facebook page, and you are out in the community, and I'm sure you'll be at the Whistle Stop Tour
Oh yes.
with the Woodlands Chamber. And I know I saw you out in Magnolia and in Conroe. So I know East County has some different things coming up
February
as well.
11th. is a candidate forum in East County.
February 11th. That's good to know.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else you want to add?
No, I just think Montgomery County is the greatest place to live. I think it's the heart of Texas, and Texas is the heart of our nation, and so goes Texas, so goes the nation. And so we need to keep getting the right candidates in there that carry our values. And I think some of the endorsements that I've received reflect the
What
values.
are your endorsements that you've gotten?
I got Texas Homeschool Coalition, which protects families' rights. So if you're about protecting family rights and raising your kids the way that you want to raise them, they endorse me, and they're on the front lines of some of those rights. McLEA, Montgomery County Law Enforcement Association, has endorsed me as well, especially because of the work that they've seen me do, helping them with search warrants and things, which is part of the job duties of this court. Houston Police Officers Union, because not a lot of people know this, that HPD actually patrols part of Montgomery County over in Kingwood, and Constable Precinct 4, Mark Herman, does part of the Woodlands. And so that's also important. I also have a couple of the firefighter unions here. So we're talking first responders, and we're talking family values types endorsements. And so it's real important to get someone on this bench that wants to serve, wants to do the right thing, and has a track record doing that.
Very good. Okay, we look forward to see what happens. And last day to sign up to vote if you're not a registered voter. And then early voting starts February 18th. Okay, we're going to take a break and do our last segment with Don Hampton, and we'll be right back. And this is sponsored by Roger Stein Chiropractic.
Lone Star Boxer Rescue is a nonprofit organization serving Montgomery County and surrounding areas, dedicated to the health and well-being of the boxer breed. Lone Star Boxer Rescue is run and managed 100% by volunteers since 1999. Our main objective is to rescue, rehabilitate, and rehome boxers that come to us from many sources, including local animal shelters, owner surrenders, and strays. For more information about Lone Star Boxer Rescue, visit our website at lsbr.org.
Since 2004, Roger Stein Chiropractic has offered spine and joint manipulation services to residents of Montgomery County and surrounding areas. Conditions treated include lower back pain, migraines, headaches, whiplash, carpal tunnel, neck pain, sciatica, joint pain, sports injuries, herniated discs, and complications from pregnancy. Roger Stein Chiropractic, led by Dr. Stacy Rogers and Dr. Brian McGee, is an integrity-verified chiropractic clinic. Call 936-441-9990 for an appointment, or visit rogerssteinchiropractic.com. That's RODGERSSTEIN chiropractic.com.
A Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's radio station with talk, music, weather, and traffic for Montgomery County. Have a question or comment about one of our shows? Want to know how to reach a host? Just contact the station at irlonestar.com or call in and leave a message at 936-647-3776. Get involved with your community with Lone Star Community Radio.
And we are back for our last segment of Monday, February 3rd, 2020. And I am here with Don Hampton, who is directing the Rising Stars and Legends of Texas, which I believe is March 12th through 21st. Am I correct on that?
You are absolutely
okay,
correct,
I'm not
Margie.
sure.
March
You know.
12th, we've been back and forth. There's no question about it. But we are the 12th through the 21st.
And this is
festival.
the 4th annual Rising Stars and Legends of Texas. So the idea is, when it was first started, was to promote the local arts, right? Performing arts.
The local arts, but even further than that, Margie, the idea was to attract enough attention to the festival itself that we could garner the support of the larger Texas foundations that give money to the arts, and to give that money based on their volunteer status with the Alliance to these 17 members now. based on, the number of hours that they put in toward the festival. Any grant monies that we are able to garner, we would split that money up with them.
So it's 17 nonprofit organizations that all comprise, that are they have to be in the Conroe area.
That's correct. The Greater Conroe Area Arts Alliance, and that includes. We have one member that's in the Woodlands.
But they practice in Conroe, so.
But they practice in Conroe. There you go.
The Woodland
they
Show course, but yes.
perform a lot in Conroe as well. So yes, all of them are hometown folk to a great extent, and we do in this festival promote them, and they have many opportunities and are included among the 30 events that are happening in the festival. The idea that we've been working toward, and we've achieved more this year than ever, is to partner with the state of Texas, with the State Commission of Fine Arts, to bring in their Best of Texas. They name 4 artists yearly, and that are named as Best of Texas artists. They also have a Poet Laureate every year, and they also have a Texas touring list to which they add people's names to during the course of the year. We've tried to encourage our members to bring in those folks as guests, and we're really delighted this year. We've done better at doing that this year than ever before.
So I know you're very excited about this one, and these events all happen in downtown Conroe, like right out here, within walking distance.
You can walk 200
between
yards, 200
events.
yards, and you can catch everything.
So tell us about the best of Texas events that we can see here.
Okay, well, first of all, we kick off with Carrie Fountain, who's the Texas Poet Laureate for 2019. That's about as best as you can get. I mean, the Texas Poet Laureate. She's coming here. We'll be reading her works at the new event on the corner here at 202 Main Street, and there'll be a reception thereafter with her. On the walls there, we have Gary Watson, who is a 4x5 black and white photo artiste, and I mean, this guy's really good. I've known Gary a long time, and I've watched his work develop over the last 10 years, and people are going to be amazed at the
There's something
quality of
about
his
black
work.
and white. You can really see the depth with it.
It's amazing. It's amazing. There's some stunning
Good contrast
photography.
with the black and white.
And the fact that he makes, it's 4x5 photography. That's not something that really exists anymore. Gary actually makes his own plates. That's how old this
And will he be selling them
technology-
there too?
I don't know that he'll be selling them. I don't think so.
Okay, it's just an exhibit.
It's an exhibit. It's an exhibit of his work. He has a catalog of other works that might be on sale. I'm sure he will let us know more about that as we get closer to the time. Other Best of Texas, we've got Marsha Ball coming, who is the Texas Best Musician for 2018. Best of Texas Musician 2018. Marsha Ball and her band. It's a 5-piece band. Marsha's from Shreveport and tours all over the country. She will be in Florida right up until the time she comes here. She's no dummy. She goes to Florida in the winter. She's got a huge base of fans in Austin, and she's actually played the Crichton here in Conroe a couple of years ago, and everyone that I've talked to that was at that concert just raves about her. She knows how to have a good time. She knows how to raise a ruckus. She plays piano. I guess you could call it honky-tonk piano. Fun stuff, really fun stuff. She knows how to have a good time, and her band is just, they're phenomenal.
So that will be a wonderful performance.
I can't wait. I've listened to a couple of her albums, and I'm really excited that she's going to be our headliner for that week. There's also a new group from Austin that's coming in that sort of ties in more to our classical and fine arts theme. That is Montopolis, and they are a group of classical musicians. And they perform with 6 to 8 classical musicians, primarily strings and percussionists, and then they add an electric guitar and keyboards to that. So their sound is very unique. What is even more unique is that the music is original music composed by the leader of the group, and it's set to geographical places in the state of Texas. So you have this giant screen behind these musicians, and on that screen, this one is the legend of Big Bend. So we're going to see these stunning color photographs of Big Bend as this group is performing an original work inspired by Big Bend. I'm really excited about this. They'll be playing at the Crichton on the 15th.
Which is a Sunday, it'll be a Sunday matinee kind of thing.
Yes, and just very excited about that. Lots of other fun events going on. The Young Texas Music Artist is always a highlight.
It's always
This is
great,
the
yes.
36 year these guys do it. Now, all of the preliminary competitions for that are free. You can walk into the Crichton Theater and hear some of the finest classical musicians in Texas competing for these coveted awards. There's 4 divisions, and each day there's a different division doing their preliminaries. This all winds up, and I believe it is on the 14th.
Correct, March 14th.
They have their big gala fundraiser, Bach, Beethoven, and barbecue. And then after that is the finalist concert, where there's a winner selected, and I believe there are 3 finalists in each section. And I have been the last 2 years to this concert, and I've never heard any finer classical musicianship.
Right, and they do
than
it
on
in
that
voice
stage.
and
It's,
strings
voice,
and
piano,
all of it.
strings, woodwinds, brass. Everybody's covered. Everybody.
And these are young people.
Well, I say young people. The
Early
criteria
30s,
is
18 to the 30s.
30,
Yes.
And they have to be living or studying in the state of Texas. And again, this is a 36-year-old competition, and has been
Brings people from all over.
brings people from all over, and it's been recognized by the state of Texas as one of the most important musical competitions in the state. So we really got some good best of Texas going this year. We're really excited about that. And of course, you know, our local groups, we've got some fantastic local groups. The Jazz Connection, a bunch of young people doing
High school
jazz.
youth,
And
yes.
They're just incredible.
And that's a free concert on the
Free
final
concert.
Saturday right out here at Founders Plaza.
And, we've got the Chickasaw Dancers, which is a
They're
Native
great.
American dance ensemble that will be dancing for us out here at the Founders Plaza. Lynn Peveril is bringing Chalk Up Conroe out. It's another event for children where they just take over the sidewalks.
Family, yes, anybody can come out there, it's free.
Some incredible art. On Saturday afternoon, the 21st, there'll be a children's theater workshop that will be led by the leaders of the Christian Youth Theater as well as the Players Theater Company. So
And that'll be at the Owen Theater right
That'll
there.
be at the Owen, and it will culminate with a small performance there as well. We've got a live radio broadcast of Bourbon and Laundry, a play by a Texas playwright that will be performing at 202 Main. That also on Saturday afternoon. And least we forget, this year we've added something special to the festival. You know, we've always called it the Best of Texas Fine Art. Well, this year it's the Best of Texas Fine Art and Fine Texas Wines with a wine tasting on that Saturday afternoon.
So will there be other vineyards that will be out there for the wine tasting, or is it just featured one, or have we figured that out yet?
Well, at this point, we will have the wine tasting at the 202 North Main venue. There's a possibility, and I hesitate to even talk about it because it's still just a possibility, that we'll do some wine tasting at some of the other events. Before
Anything's
and after.
possible.
And this is still a work in progress.
There's
on many
also
levels.
a free showing of Little Shop of Horrors performed
Right,
at the
that's
Owen
a-
Theater, and that's at Thursday, March 19th.
Correct. Thursday
So
night.
lots of activities. There's a gospel night at First Baptist Church, and that was widely attended when
Right.
we had that, and a gong show.
And the Gong Show on Wednesday the 18th.
So something fun.
Something fun.
It's
for
all fun,
everybody.
actually,
It's
but
all
they're
fun.
they're all just different genres and different things
And we're
all
gonna
meshed
close
together.
up the show. We'll close up the whole festival on the 21st with an inspirational film screening there at the 202 Main Street. So those will be film shorts starting about
So
8
that's
o'clock.
all on GreaterConroeArtsAlliance.com or Greater Conroe Arts Alliance Facebook page. You can find all the details, correct?
Correct.
And as we get closer, you're going to come back on here again with maybe somebody who does Robin Williams
Yeah, just spoke to him
impressionist.
this morning.
Okay, fabulous. We look forward to that. That would be a lot of fun.
It will be a lot of fun. He's incredible. David Bourne.
David Bourne. Okay, that wraps up our show for today. Thank you very much, Dawn.
Thank you, Margie.
And
Appreciate
it's going to be a
that.
fun event. And it is the 4th Annual Rising Stars and Legends of Texas, March 12th
March
through
12th
21st.
through the 21st.
That's a wrap.
Okay.
Thank you all very much. And we look forward to next week.